Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes life pushes us into a corner and we feel stuck. It happens to all of us. The struggle, the setbacks, the moments where we wonder if we're ever going to make progress. But here's the truth. Every single day is a new opportunity for a reset. We don't need to wait for the right moment or the perfect condition to begin again. The time is now. It's time to take control. It's time to restart. The power of starting fresh lies not in the big decisions we make, but in the small, deliberate actions we take to build momentum. The question is, what's stopping you? Why not today? Don't let the past mistakes define you. Don't let the disappointments weigh you down. You have the ability to refocus, to make different choices, to create a new pattern, and to move forward with purpose. Every moment you waste worrying about yesterday is a moment lost in shaping tomorrow. Understand that progress is not a straight line. It's a series of resets, restarts, and refocusing. There will always be distractions, but your ability to shift your attention, to refocus on what truly matters, is what will separate you from the crowd. The world will pull you in many directions, but you get to choose where to focus your energy, and that is your superpower. Now is the time, not later, not tomorrow. The best time to take control of your life is in this very moment. What you do today will shape your future. So reset your mindset, restart your efforts, refocus your energy. Every day brings with it the chance to rebuild, to learn, and to grow. You can't change everything at once, but you can change something. And once you make that change, everything else follows. The path isn't easy, but the journey is worth it. Don't be afraid to take that first step, because that's how progress begins, one small action at a time. Make today your turning point, take the leap, reset, restart, and refocus, and watch how everything in your life starts to change. Every day presents a new opportunity for a reset. The beauty of life lies in the fact that time is constantly moving forward, and with each new day, we are given a fresh chance to begin again. No matter how yesterday unfolded, whether it was filled with successes or disappointments, today is an open canvas. It's easy to become trapped in the mindset that we need to wait for the right moment, the perfect circumstances, or some external event to trigger a change. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. The only moment you have is the present, and the time to reset is now. The idea of resetting isn't about ignoring the past or pretending that challenges never happened. Instead, it's about understanding that no matter what happened before, you always have the ability to start anew. It's about giving yourself permission to move forward, free from the weight of past mistakes or missed opportunities. Every day you wake up, you are presented with a fresh slate, a chance to choose how you show up in the world, how you approach your goals, and how you deal with the challenges that come your way. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the notion that life is a series of big decisions, and if we make one wrong move, everything is lost. But that's not the reality. Progress isn't about perfection, and it doesn't require us to get everything right on the first try. It's about being willing to try again, to reset, and to approach the next day with a new perspective. Every day is an opportunity to realign your actions with your true intentions. It's a moment where you can choose a better path, make a different decision, or simply show up in a way that brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. We wait for external circumstances to change before we take action. We tell ourselves we'll start tomorrow, next week, or after things settle down, but that thinking keeps us stuck. The most successful people aren't those who wait for everything to be perfect. They are the ones who take action, no matter how messy or imperfect it may seem. They understand that today is the only day that truly matters, and they use it to make progress, even if it's just a small step forward. Resetting is a mindset. It's about recognizing that the power to change lies within you, and it's available to you at any moment. You don't need to wait for the stars to align or for everything to fall into place. If you want to make a change, start now. If you want to improve, begin today. The ability to reset is not something that only happens once. It's something that's available to you every day with every new sunrise. Instead of waiting for the perfect time or letting past setbacks hold you back, embrace the reality that every new day brings the opportunity to reset. Take action today. The path forward doesn't require waiting for the ideal conditions. It only requires a willingness to start where you are with what you have. The time is now. Progress is often thought to be about making one monumental decision or taking a giant leap forward. We often idolize large, transformative actions, thinking that they are the key to real change. However, the truth is that meaningful progress is built not through a single groundbreaking event, but through a series of small, consistent actions. It's the tiny steps taken regularly and with purpose, that create lasting momentum. Each small action compounds over time, creating a force that can drive you forward toward your goals. This is the power of small actions. They might seem insignificant on their own, but when combined, they form a powerful and unstoppable momentum. Think about how easy it is to neglect small habits, to push them aside for something bigger or more important. We often dismiss these seemingly minor efforts as unworthy of our time or attention, but they are in fact the building blocks of success. It's those little decisions, those daily habits that lay the foundation for long-term growth. Every time you choose to take action, even if it's just a small step, you are adding a layer to your progress. The power of small actions lies in their ability to build momentum. When you commit to doing something small every day, you begin to create a pattern of behavior that over time leads to major shifts. This is why it's often said that progress isn't a straight line, it's a collection of actions, some small, some large, that together propel you toward your goals. For example, think about someone who sets out to run a marathon. They don't wake up one day and decide to run 26.2 miles without preparation. Instead, they begin with small runs, gradually increasing their distance each day. Over time, those small actions add up, and what once seemed impossible becomes entirely achievable. Momentum works in much the same way. Once you take the first step, however small, you begin to gain energy. You might start with a simple task like writing a few sentences or getting out of bed a little earlier than usual. But the more you do, the more you feel inspired to keep going. And as you keep pushing forward, you build confidence in yourself and in your ability to make progress. That's when the magic happens. The small steps you take each day transform into meaningful change. They accumulate into something much larger than you ever imagined. The key is consistency. It's not about doing everything perfectly from the start or trying to make a huge leap all at once. It's about showing up every day, even in the smallest ways. And as you consistently take action, even if it's just a little at a time, you begin to see how those small efforts compound into something far greater than you could have imagined. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't require drastic overnight changes. It happens through a constant series of small actions, each one building upon the last, creating a chain of progress that cannot be broken. It's the daily commitment to take that small step forward, even when it feels insignificant, that ultimately leads to transformation. When you embrace the power of small actions, you unlock the potential for massive, long-term success. Letting go of past mistakes can be one of the most difficult challenges we face. We often carry the weight of our failures, the regrets of things we didn't do, or the opportunities we missed. It's easy to get caught in a cycle of self-blame, feeling like our past defines who we are and limits what we can achieve. However, the truth is that holding on to past mistakes only keeps us stuck in a place of stagnation. In order to move forward, we must learn to release the grip the past has on us. First, it's important to recognize that no one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, everyone experiences setbacks, and everyone faces challenges. The key difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of failure, but how they respond to it. The people who thrive are the ones who are able to see failure not as a permanent stain on their record, but as a lesson, an opportunity for growth. Each mistake is a stepping stone, a chance to learn and refine our approach. But if we hold on to those mistakes, we deny ourselves the chance to learn from them and to grow. It's also vital to understand that our past does not dictate our future. The mistakes you made yesterday do not have to determine the path you take today. We often find ourselves reliving moments of failure, convinced that we are doomed to repeat them. But this is a false belief. The power to shape our future lies in the choices we make right now. Every new moment is a chance to redefine ourselves, to take new actions, and to make better decisions. The key is to focus on the present and the future, not on the mistakes we made in the past. When we carry the burden of past mistakes, we allow them to limit our potential. We may become afraid to take risks, to try new things, or to step outside our comfort zone. The fear of failure becomes so overwhelming that it paralyzes us, preventing us from moving forward. But in reality, avoiding failure only prevents us from growing. Failure is an inevitable part of success. Without it, we don't have the opportunity to test ourselves, to challenge our limits, or to discover what we're truly capable of. If we keep focusing on past failures, we miss out on the lessons and the opportunities to grow stronger. Letting go of the past is not about erasing our mistakes or pretending they didn't happen. It's about acknowledging them, learning from them, and then choosing to move forward. It's about recognizing that we are not defined by what we've done in the past, but by what we choose to do in the present. You have the power to change your story at any time. The key is to stop letting past mistakes dictate the narrative of your life. Instead, take the lessons learned, embrace them, and use them as fuel for your journey ahead. In the end, freeing yourself from the grip of past mistakes is not just about moving forward, it's about realizing that you are more than your failures. You are defined by the choices you make today, by the actions you take in this moment, and by the person you are becoming. The past may have shaped you, but it doesn't have to define you. The future is yours to create. Let go, learn, and move forward with confidence. Refocusing your energy is one of the most powerful tools you have in achieving your goals. In a world full of distractions and endless demands on your time, it's easy to lose sight of what really matters. We often find ourselves scattered, pulled in multiple directions, trying to juggle too many tasks and responsibilities at once. But when we try to do everything, we end up accomplishing very little. The key to making meaningful progress lies in refocusing, redirecting your attention and energy towards the things that truly align with your goals and values. The first step in refocusing is understanding where your energy is currently going. Ask yourself, what am I spending my time and energy on? Is it helping me move toward my goals? Many times we invest our time in things that drain us, things that don't contribute to our overall success or well-being. These distractions could be anything from mindlessly scrolling through social media to worrying about things we can't control. These are the things that, while momentarily satisfying, ultimately take us away from what's truly important. By being honest with yourself about where your energy is going, you can begin to make conscious decisions about where it should go. Once you recognize where your energy is being depleted, it's time to refocus it on what truly matters. Refocusing isn't just about cutting out distractions, it's about prioritizing the things that align with your long-term vision. It's about identifying what's essential for your growth and success, and then dedicating your time and effort to those areas. This means saying no to things that don't contribute to your goals, even if they seem urgent or appealing in the moment. It means creating boundaries that protect your time and energy, ensuring that you have the space to focus on the things that will truly move you forward. Refocusing also requires a shift in mindset. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, to feel like you need to constantly be doing something in order to be productive. But the truth is, productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Sometimes, the most productive thing you can do is to pause, take a step back, and realign your focus. This could mean taking a break to recharge, reflecting on your priorities, or simply making sure that your actions are in alignment with your values and long-term goals. In addition to refocusing your energy on what truly matters, it's important to do so consistently. Refocusing isn't a one-time task, it's an ongoing process. Your focus may wander, distractions will arise, and new challenges will present themselves. But each time you catch yourself off track, you have the opportunity to refocus, to realign, and to make a new choice. This continuous process of refocus is what builds long-term success and fulfillment. The ability to refocus is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. When you learn to direct your energy toward the things that matter most, you create the momentum necessary to make real progress. Refocusing allows you to cut through the noise, to eliminate the distractions, and to concentrate on what's truly important. With a clear and unwavering focus, you will find yourself moving forward with purpose, achieving your goals, and living a life that aligns with your values. Progress is rarely linear. It's not a straight path where every step brings us closer to our destination without any detours. Instead, progress is often a series of resets, restarts, and refocusing. This understanding is essential because it reframes the way we approach challenges. If we expect to move forward without facing setbacks, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment. But if we embrace the truth that progress involves many twists and turns, we open ourselves up to resilience and growth. Resetting is not about starting over from scratch or abandoning everything we've done so far. It's about recalibrating. When we encounter obstacles or when things don't go as planned, the natural reaction might be to feel defeated or frustrated, but this is the moment when resetting becomes most valuable. Instead of letting frustration build up, we can view it as an opportunity to reevaluate our approach. Perhaps our strategy needs adjustment, or maybe our expectations need recalibrating. The key is to accept that setbacks are part of the process and to reset with renewed focus. Restarts, much like resets, are often necessary as we journey toward our goals. A restart doesn't mean giving up, it means adjusting the course and giving ourselves permission to begin again without judgment. Every setback, failure, or wrong turn is an opportunity to learn and to pivot. Many of the world's most successful individuals didn't succeed on their first try. They failed, they restarted, and they tried again. Each time they learned something new, and each restart moved them one step closer to their ultimate success. Restarts don't have to be dramatic. In fact, sometimes a restart is simply a matter of taking a step back, reflecting on what's working and what isn't, and deciding to move forward with a fresh perspective. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and we can't control every situation. But what we can control is how we respond. If we're willing to restart, we open up new possibilities and prevent ourselves from becoming trapped in a cycle of frustration and stagnation. Every time we reset and restart, we reinforce our ability to adapt and grow. Refocusing, meanwhile, is the key that unlocks our ability to move forward. It's easy to become distracted or to lose sight of our goals as we deal with the day-to-day challenges of life. We often chase after things that seem urgent but aren't necessarily important. Refocusing allows us to return to what truly matters. It means making deliberate choices about where to direct our time, energy, and attention. Every time we refocus, we reinforce our commitment to our goals, reminding ourselves why we started in the first place. Understanding that progress is not a straight line, but a series of resets, restarts, and refocusing allows us to approach life's challenges with resilience. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, we can view them as opportunities to grow and adjust. Rather than expecting perfection, we can embrace the process of continual improvement. Every reset, restart, and refocus is a step forward, even if it doesn't feel like it at the time. The path to success is rarely direct, but it's the willingness to keep adjusting and moving forward that makes all the difference. The key is to never lose sight of the fact that progress is always happening, even if it takes unexpected forms. Taking immediate action is often the most difficult yet crucial step in making progress. Many of us tend to procrastinate, waiting for the perfect time, the ideal conditions, or the right amount of motivation to take the first step toward our goals. However, the reality is that the best time to act is always now. If we wait for everything to align perfectly, we may find ourselves waiting forever. True progress begins when we decide to stop waiting and start moving forward, no matter how small the first step may be. One of the key reasons people hesitate to take action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of making the wrong decision, or fear of not being ready. This fear often holds us back from even trying, but what we need to understand is that fear doesn't disappear when we delay our actions. It only grows stronger. The longer we wait, the bigger the fear becomes. By taking action, even if it's just a small one, we break the cycle of fear and start to build confidence in ourselves. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds courage. When you take immediate action, you give yourself a chance to learn. You can't fully anticipate every challenge or obstacle, but by starting now, you open yourself up to new experiences. These experiences are where you'll gain the insights and lessons necessary to refine your approach. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward understanding what works and what doesn't. The act of moving forward allows you to make adjustments along the way rather than being paralyzed by the uncertainty of the future. Another powerful benefit of taking action is that it creates momentum. It's like pushing a boulder up a hill. The first push is the hardest, but once you've made that initial effort, things start to move more easily. The same principle applies to our personal and professional goals. Once you take the first step, you'll often find that the next one comes more easily, and the next after that even more so. Action creates a positive feedback loop that makes it easier to continue progressing. Each small step builds upon the previous one, and before you know it, you've created significant forward movement. It's also important to recognize that immediate action doesn't have to be perfect action. Many people hesitate because they think they need to have everything figured out before they begin. But perfectionism is often a barrier to progress. You don't need to have the entire plan in place before you act. In fact, sometimes it's better to start without all the answers. The key is to take the first step and learn as you go. Perfection isn't the goal. Momentum and progress are. Taking immediate action also shifts our mindset from one of waiting to one of doing. When we focus on the next step, rather than getting overwhelmed by the entire process, we make the journey feel more manageable. Action takes us out of the realm of thoughts and into the realm of reality, where results happen. It's easy to get stuck in the planning phase, imagining all the possibilities and potential challenges, but it's only through action that we move closer to our goals. It's the decision to act now that separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. By taking action, you embrace the reality that progress is built through doing, not just thinking or planning. Every step you take, even a small one, is a step toward creating the life you want. The time to act is now. Don't wait for the perfect moment because it may never come. Take action today and watch how the momentum you build transforms your path forward. The journey towards success is not a straight line, but a dynamic process filled with resets, restarts, and refocusing. Each day offers a fresh opportunity to begin again, to take action, and to adjust our course. Progress isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about taking the first step, even if it's small, and building momentum over time. Let go of past mistakes, refocus your energy on what truly matters, and recognize that setbacks are simply part of the growth process. By consistently choosing to move forward, no matter how many times you need to reset or restart, you create the space for meaningful change. The key is to act now, to embrace each moment as an opportunity to take deliberate action and move closer to your goals. The time to reset, restart, and refocus is always now. So start today and keep moving forward with purpose.